Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Today we are finally going to talk about New World. I haven't talked about this game before, but now we are getting closer for the release, so I thought it was time to actually talk about this game. New World is an open world MMO set on the fictional and supernatural island of Aeternum. Aeternum. I'm really not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but Aeternum in the 7th century. So the game is made by Amazon Game Studio, so the people behind the game has enough money, so don't think about they will sit down on anything on this game. This game will be fulfilled by the game. It's freaking Amazon, and I'm sure they're going to have a server structure that will support their launch when they go live, because it's Amazon. They have like one of the biggest server structures in the world, so Microsoft and Amazon is kind of fighting over the server structures in the world, so it's going to be fun and see how they are going to use all these server powers. Basically, this game is set in the 17th century, but also if you think about, so this game is not based on real life. It's based on kind of ish real life, and then a little bit science fiction over it, or you can say like a supernatural thing over it, because back in the 16th century, back in ages, the European people, they begin to sail over from Europe to the States, where we didn't know it was the States, and what it was called in those old times was a new world. It's a new world, and that's where this game is coming from. We are pretty much sailing over again, but this time we crash into this island called Aeternum, and it has a lot of magic power and so on. This place is full of power, magic power, infection, and so on. And it's going to be a big, open world MMO that is going to be a little bit, you can say, sandbox-ish. The game is not going to have any classes. It's going to be a game where you can progress anywhere you want. You can get up the weapon you want and progress through that weapon or the armor you want. So it's going to be very close to, the MMOs we already know, like Albion and other MMOs where you don't have a class, but where you have to just pick up the armor or the weapons you want and progress through that. For example, they're saying here, players can play and progress how they want. Players can create and build, customize to their preference through our weapon mastery, attributes, and endless trade skill progression system. Also, you'll be adventuring alongside over 1,000 players in Aeternum. So they're also going to have a server system with servers. They haven't really 100% published how it's going to be, but overall it's the funny thing. Normally I have like 1,000 of things to talk about when I talk about a new MMORPG, but it's basically a big open world. You're going to crash on this island. You start on the beach, you level through. When you go to level 10, you will then choose which faction you're going to join. There will be 3 factions in this game. When you then have chosen your faction, you can then choose to go into PvP or not go into PvP. You have to select if you want to do PvP or not. You can always turn it on and you can always turn it off. If you go 1 month back or 2 months back, they actually had open world PvP forced to everyone, and when you died, people could full loot your items. People were really angry about this and they didn't like it. So they changed it, so now it's more like in, you can say like World of Warcraft, where you basically just you take on PvP, you take off PvP, and then you have to choose a faction between these 3 factions that will be. And so you can say this game is going to have an open world, it's an MMO, it's going to be back in the 60th, 70th century, it's going to have no classes, you progress as you want. 3 factions where you have to choose between these factions. They will have like a big map where you can see how they begin to control, and it's like the end game of this game is like that the factions is going to kind of try to control the world. Players can build their own forts that can be like a big fort where you can build buildings inside. Then you can have your guilds or alliance defending it, where basically players can declare war against your fort, or even PvE can declare war against your fort. You can risk up that sometimes you get a big army of zombies or something like that begins to attack your fort, and you and your friends have to defend this fort from all these undeads. It sounds pretty cool. That sounds really nice. The game is also going to have a lot of big world bosses that you need to kill, and that really will give you rewarding loot in the game. Also, beside that, they don't gonna have dungeons and raids from day one when the game releases, but they really want to go through that way after the feedback they have heard for everyone. So dungeons and raids is something that is going to be added in the game later on, but from day one it's going to be open world, grinding, PvP, world bosses, all that. So it's a game where you can pretty much progress through the game all the time. I haven't played it myself, so I can't really like put 100% words on how it is to play it. I have pre-ordered the game, that means I can play the closed beta next month, and that's pretty much the closest thing I get to New World right now. So next month the NDA will be removed and I can do videos about the game and show everyone about it. But as you know, I'm a big MMO freak, so hearing about this new game coming out and I can already play it next month, I'm so freaking hyped. So this game is going to be really fun, and I really look forward to just going through this big open world with factions, monsters, zombies, endless open world PvP, forts, builds, cities. There's also going to be these main cities that can't be controlled by other factions, but they are like the main cities of each factions, and you can even buy your own houses in there. And of course, more players is going to have the same house, but you're going to have your own instance inside the house. So you have the same house, like in Elder Scrolls Online, it's the same house that people buy, but each of you have, you know, your own place in there, like it's your house. So if you just forget about it, someone else also have the same house, it's basically your house. And the game is also going to have trading, crafting, it's going to have a lot of things. I must admit, when I look at the game, it reminds me a lot of games like, you know, Ark and games like that, how the game is working a little bit, but I don't want to say too much because again, I haven't played it. I've just seen tons of videos, read the FAQ, been through all the informations, but I just kind of wanted to share this game with all of you. It looks really amazing, this game, and I think it would be really fun. So stay tuned. I mean, this is just a video for just talking about the game, and next month I will be able to do a lot of content about the game, and it will be super fun to follow the journey through New World and see what Amazon Studio Game Studio can give us. So thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for even more news, and I'm sorry I can't talk about any more about this game. I just kind of want to raise to everyone that this game is something that is coming. I will be playing it next month, streaming it, playing it, discovering it, probably creating videos and guides about it when I get in. But I just kind of wanted to tell everyone who doesn't know about this game and tell you that it's coming very soon. So thanks for watching everyone. Looking really forward to play this game and show you all content about it. Leave down a comment, let me know, do you already know anything about New World? Did you know something that I don't know, that I haven't mentioned? Please let everyone know in the comments so we can know even more about the game, and also me. I'm keen to know even more. Again, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, thanks for liking. Join my Discord server if you want to talk about gaming. I'm always up for chat about gaming. I love chatting with people. Come in, say hi, and else, thanks for watching, and have a really awesome day. Peace out.